Good morning, everybody. Dr. Price here with your daily dose of health education and self-development so that we can better our lives and improve our health and grow personally. I've excuse me, got off track for a couple of days by showing videos of Lorelai and her swim lessons. I was so excited about that. I wanted to share it with everybody so that we could get the word out and try to help prevent some of our kids from drowning, especially with spring coming up. So, but we're back on track now, and we are actually reviewing this book again. It's called Discover Wellness, How Staying Healthy Can Make You Rich. And just a quick review, the premise of this book is they're talking about how leading a healthy lifestyle can cut the financial toll on everybody in this country. For example, today we're going to talk about heart disease. Cardiovascular disease, which is by far the number one. Well, actually, it might have just been replaced by cancer about 2 years ago, but it's one of the top killers in this country. And I'm going to go through some details here. But financially, what this costs us, a family of four, if you take all the expense of cardiovascular disease in our country and you split that up among the population, a family of four pays $5,290 a year in health expenses for cardiovascular disease. That's in the form of taxes, health insurance raises, different things like that. So again, we need to improve our lifestyles and improve our health. We can actually change the financial situation of the economy. So cardiovascular disease is the most common and most lifestyle affected disease that there is. I'm going to go into some of the factors that contribute to that, but 950,000 Americans die every year from cardiovascular disease, and that equates into about one death every 35 seconds. Now, cardiovascular disease, first of all, your cardiovascular system consists of your heart, your blood vessels, your arteries, your capillaries, your veins, different, the blood vessels in the body. And the purpose of the cardiovascular system is to pump blood to the body, and that blood going to the body from the heart is carrying oxygen from the lungs. So when you breathe in, the air goes into your lungs, and then the alveoli in your lungs take that air and put the oxygen into the blood. The blood then is pumped throughout the body to bring oxygen to the body and nutrients from the digestive system. So all these things are carried to the body, and then the venous system, which is the system that returns back through the kidneys and through the heart, that system is used to get the carbon monoxide out and to get the waste products of cellular metabolism out of your body through the kidneys and through the liver and through the lungs. Okay, so it's a nutrient provider and a waste eliminator. So it's very, very critical. And as long as your cardiovascular system is working, then your body can handle a lot of stresses from the external environment. For example, let's say that you begin exercising. Well, as long as your cardiovascular system is working properly, your heart will beat faster to provide that oxygenation to the muscles, and your system can adapt to the increase in physical activity. Let's say you get cold. Well, your cardiovascular system again responds to that by pulling the blood from the skin and down into the organs to protect the organs. All these different things are the mechanisms by which the cardiovascular system can actually protect your body. Okay. Problems with the cardiovascular system include hypertension, which is high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, which is a hardening of the arteries and plaque buildup in the arteries, congestive heart failure, heart disease, different things like that. Anything affecting the heart or the blood vessels. The problem with cardiovascular disease is that quite often it's called a silent killer. And what that means is you have no idea that you have it. Quite often the first symptom of cardiovascular disease is death. And they used to tell us in chiropractic school, you can't judge your health by how you feel. And that's true, you can't, because 24 hours is a big difference. If you've got cardiovascular disease, you could feel great, and then 24 hours you could have a heart attack and be dead. I'm not saying that to scare you, but I am saying that it's important not to judge your health. If you know your lifestyle sucks, excuse my language, but if you know that you have very negative lifestyle habits and you still feel good, understand that there could still be problems brewing under there. So you really got to get that lifestyle under control. Okay, so we talked about what the cardiovascular system does, how it can recover. The cost, it's $5,520 per year for a family of four. Now, the current medical treatment for cardiovascular disease is drugs and surgery. So on the drug aspect, you can have blood pressure lowering medication, anticoagulants to thin your blood out, Lipitor and the different cholesterol monitoring medications. And the workings of these things are all a little controversial, but that's how they medically or medicinally will try to handle this. Surgically, angioplasty, where they actually stick the balloon in and pump it up to spread the artery to break, to allow the blood flow to return. Open heart surgery. Coronary bypass, where they actually go in and take arteries and bypass where a blockage is. These are the surgical alternatives, but they don't fix the problem. You still have the lifestyle issue. That means that there's a strong chance of another cardiovascular event happening down the future, and you're probably going to end up on medication for the rest of your life. So what are the lifestyle solutions? Well, let's talk about exercise. Of course, is the most important. It's one of those things where either you use it or lose it. If you can get that heart rate up, keep it within your target heart rate zone, that strengthens your heart, strengthens the system, and keeps you moving. But you can't do just one thing. For example, you can't go swim 30 minutes a day and then lead a lifestyle of smoking and eating a poor diet and have that prevent you from getting the cardiovascular disease. You've really got to focus on all areas of your lifestyle. So again, exercise is critical. Anything as simple as a brisk 30-minute walk a day, something to get that heart rate up and get your body moving. Your body is made to move, so get out there and move it. Quit smoking. That's a primary thing. It's a huge effect on your cardiovascular disease. Stop drinking alcohol, or at least drink alcohol in moderation. That can actually increase blood pressure and cause a lot of problems with the cardiovascular system. Getting adjusted. I know this may sound crazy, but the nerves in your upper thoracic area actually go and supply the heart. If there's pressure on those nerves become inflamed, your heart may not function the way that it should, and this can affect your blood pressure, this can affect your heart rate, this can affect all kinds of different things. That's why people who have chronic forward, flexed posture and sit at their desks all day are predisposed to heart issues and also predisposed to indigestion. So, really focus on keeping that spinal alignment, keep that nervous system functioning properly. And the only people that can do that are chiropractors. And we already talked about exercise, nutrition. Most people eat too many calories, too much fat, too many processed carbs. And what this ends up doing is putting us into a chronic state of inflammation, which is a precursor to cardiovascular disease. And if you want details on that, go up to the search bar up here and type in essential fatty acids, and you'll get a whole 3-part series on inflammation and how to control that. And healthy thinking. Most people have heart attacks on Mondays because that's when they're stressed, they're going to work, and they're not happy about it. So, get your stress levels under control. Okay, so that's cardiovascular disease. We'll talk about cancer tomorrow, and my hope for you is that we get your health and you control your health before your health controls you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.